I talk a lot about systemic oppression, but like it's fun. I could draw a line, however, I've decided not to. Hello world, welcome to my YouTube! You're watching the Tune Takedown. The Tara's part is out because guess what? Tara's out. I promise we'll get to the video, but first, Tara was my drag persona. Originally it was Terrorista, and then I was like, that's too highbrow, too provocative, people aren't gonna get it. I was like, I'm gonna be Pterodactyl. That was a fun time. Got to talk about fossil fuels, which I love doing. And then I was like, you know what? People are ready for Terrorista, switch back to Terrorista. It makes sense for a lot of drag queens to use a fun name that is not their name. So many opportunities, which makes it so difficult for me to give up Terrorista because I love that name. It really like channels a lot of energy that I feel inside of my soul. However, I am exactly the same person, whether or not I'm wearing a wig. And for me, I'm doing more than drag. Jessie Pettibone is me, that's my brand. I think people are capable of remembering two names. However, I want to make it as easy as possible for everyone to follow me and subscribe to my YouTube. Once again, I'll be changing the name of my Facebook fan page, which you can go to facebook.com/theJessiePettibone. Make sure you like that page because you will get early access. This show is now just called The Tune Takedown. The Tune Takedown. Tune Takedown. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. We'll see where we end up at the end of the video. Today is the 4th of July, so I'm doing this beautiful makeup. This is my 4th of July inspired makeup. Let's get started with the Tune Takedown. It is the end of June / beginning of July, which means we're going to be reviewing the last month in music. Going to be doing a countdown to the 15 best songs, EPs, LPs of June. But before we do that, when we ended the last episode, I mentioned the upcoming albums that were coming out. So I wanted to start off by mentioning what I ended up thinking about those albums as they came out, if they didn't make the countdown. Here's a hint, some of them didn't. The first album that I mentioned that was coming out that did not make the countdown is Alt J's Relaxer. It ended up being a more relaxing take on Alt J's sound, which was not bad. It was a good album. I was honestly so happy that they did that because, like I said before, I was tired of their like meh, 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 and I think people wanted them to show their range. Alt J did that. Relaxer is a relaxing album. You should go and listen to it. It's not bad. It just didn't make the countdown. The next album that came out that didn't make the countdown is Katy Perry's Witness. I talked a lot about Katy Perry in the last episode of The Tune Takedown, and I was talking about how she was doing this like woke experience, and it was all leading up to the drop of her new album, Witness. So my biggest disappointment is that Katy Perry hyped up her album. She pretended to be really woke. She went on this tour of like, not really a tour, but she was like really promoting her album. She was showing up on literally everything, and then the album wasn't woke at all. You could tell she wasn't as woke as we thought that she was, as she portrayed herself to be. Like, she's more woke than, say, Taylor Swift. Foreshadowing. And then the last album that I talked about that did not make the countdown, Calvin Harris's Funk Wave Bounces Volume 1. It's funk wave, I know, I just am a jerk. It's exactly what you would expect. The album is pretty accurate to the vibes that he's presenting. Every single song is a collaboration with somebody else. They're not bad, they're funky, they're summer wavy, they give you those vibes, like that's really... Let's jump into the countdown. If it made the countdown, it's good. If it didn't make the countdown, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not good. You know what I'm saying? This is the Tune Takedown Countdown. Number 15, we're starting off with Shania Twain's Life's About to Get Good. Shania Twain's back, y'all. I freaking love Shania Twain. Let me tell you, when I was younger, I wanted to have my key to my house like leopard print because of Shania Twain. I had her tape on my Walkman. It was a little yellow. I'd like walk around and I would listen to Shania Twain's album on tape. Does it make me seem old when I say that I listen to Shania Twain's cassette tape in my Walkman? Let me know in the comments below. Life's about to get good. I really love it because, one, I love Shania Twain. It's undeniably a good song, and I just love Shania Twain. And it's Shania Twain. Shania Twain is releasing a new album in September. Shania Twain was going to collaborate with Prince on this album to kind of give you a hint of what that sound was going to be like. Then, of course, Prince died. Rip in peace. Number 14 on our countdown is LANY's new album, LANY. It's a self-titled album. You might know LANY for their songs Where the Hell Are My Friends is how you probably know them. I feel like LANY's EP had me more hyped than their full-length album did. So that's kind of like a disappointed tone coming into the album, but it doesn't change the fact that the album is really, really good. If you're looking for songs that are like chill and sometimes happy, but can also just make you cry, I feel like some songs are like sad content, but they're sung in a happy way, and that's one approach. Or like happy songs that will make you cry, and I feel like that's where LANY's at. And there's this voicemail called Parents, and it's one of the singers from LANY's mom calling and talking about how he got a tattoo that said Parents and it had like a heart, and she was like, oh, that's so cute, I'm gonna have to get me a tattoo that says your name. And I just love parent voicemails on phone, on albums. They just mess me up literally every single time. There's a lot of summer bops, but you definitely need those solid summer songs to like carry you forward, and LANY's entire album could probably be added to your playlist, put on shuffle, and just mixed in to kind of give you that variety at your summer adventure, at your summer beach party. LANY's new album, LANY, number 14 on the countdown. Number 13 on our countdown is Oceans, Take the Dive, in parentheses, by ANDREA. This song is actually a remake, a redo, a revamp of a song called Oceans without Take the Dive that ANDREA produced a year, 2, 3 years ago. Time is an illusion. Let's talk about the fourth dimension. ANDREA released the song Oceans, and the reason that this song is even on my radar is because that song was like the soundtrack for this time in my life where I was very happy and fulfilled. Oceans, Take the Dive. I think you should listen to the song. I also think you should listen to the original, and I would love to hear what you like better. Do you like the new Take the Dive version or the original Oceans version? They both say Take the Dive. One of them is just a little more high production. I'm a river when you take the dive. Oceans, ooh. I'm so glad that we're already shooting off fireworks at noon. Number 12 on our countdown is ZZ Ward with The Storm. So I mentioned the ZZ Ward song in the last Tune Takedown, and I did not know her new album was coming out, but it did, and it is the best ZZ Ward album to date. It's very like bluesy rock. I'm pretty sure The Storm is actually about Jesus, but I'm willing to let that go. I think ZZ Ward finally found her sound. I think she was trying to be too poppy before. The final song, Ride, from The Storm, is on the Cars 3 soundtrack. Don't let that taint how you feel about this album. The guitar is twanged to hell and makes you feel like fiery. The bass comes in and guides you along that journey like you are marching either to hell, out of hell, or against the demons of hell. You set it afire, baby, I'ma let it fire. Coming out at number 11 in our top 15 songs, albums, EPs of June is LORDE's Melodrama. You're probably like, this is only number 11? If you're surprised this is number 11, you probably want to know what the rest of the top 10 are, huh? Well, stay tuned to find out. Here's what happened. LORDE's Melodrama is highly, highly anticipated. It was one of the albums I was looking forward to. I announced it in the last episode of Tune Takedown. The album came out and it was shorter than I thought it was going to be. I wanted more songs and I wanted more bops. I feel like the overall tone of the album is a little bit muted. I wanted higher highs and lower lows from LORDE. Coming out with Greenlight as a lead single and then Liability as a second single really set the lowest and the highest points of the album. And the rest of the album varies in between, and it does tell, you know, there's a lot there, and it's good, a well-produced album. Nevertheless, this album is number 11 on the Tune Takedown countdown, so there's that. Before we get into number 10 through 6, the next 5 on our Tune Takedown countdown, we're going to take a break to talk about this random thing that happened, the feud between Katy Perry and Taylor Swift. Let's start in the past, shall we? Allegedly, Katy Perry tried to hire Taylor Swift's dancers from her tour out from under her to go to Katy's tour. And she was like, so then she was like, I hate you, Katy Perry. Taylor Swift, in revenge for Katy stealing her dancers, came out with a song, Bad Blood. And it was about their feud. And she had all of her girlfriends in the music video, but then Katy Perry was in Madonna's music video for Bitch on Madonna, and she was there with all of her celebrity friends, and she was like, yeah, well, me too. And so people were like, cool, it's done. We're done. And then Katy was like, I'm gonna release my new album. It's coming out at midnight. And then Taylor Swift was like, you know what else is coming out at midnight? My entire discography on every streaming service. Is it shady? Is it malicious? Yes. Is it the drama I live for? Yes, only because I want better from both of them. I don't expect better from both of them, and so I'll live in the pettiness. I would prefer that both of them were like, you know, we took sabbaticals, and now, you know, like, we stand up against oppression and we're no longer white feminists, we're better. You know, I would always want that from them. I just know I'm not gonna get it. I think some people's cars got shot with a firework. There's like so many alarms going off right now. Let's jump back into the countdown, starting off with number 10 on our Tune Takedown countdown. Major Lazer's new EP, No Better. I didn't expect to like this album. I was like, cool, and then I was like, oh my gosh. There's a whole trend of people really channeling, crap, what kind of music is it? Like Spanish, Hispanic, Latino music. The vibes are coming into the mainstream, which I think is hopefully a great opportunity for some people who traditionally do that kind of music, who are usually, you know, put on the outskirts. And I'm hoping that like that creates opportunities for people. Will it? Probably not. I think mostly like already established artists are gonna jump on that trend. So Major Lazer channeled that. They've got like a couple songs which are just like hits. Like, they go hard, but then they also take that and they take the Spanish influence, and they've got a couple songs that are awesome. Gonna give you these summer dance bops that you need, like the sun is setting in your, well, you know, my audience probably isn't rich people who have a pool. So let's, the sun is setting and you're at the river, or you're in your backyard, or you're on your balcony at your apartment, and you're like, we've been drunk for a couple hours, let's drop some beats so people don't fall asleep. Yeah, boom, Major Lazer's album is there for you. Coming in at number 9 on the Tune Takedown countdown is Halsey's, what is this album even called? Halsey's Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. Here's my opinion on Halsey. I overlooked that album for 2 weeks because everybody doesn't like Halsey. And then I was like, okay, but I've liked every song from that album that I've heard so far. I should probably listen to it, and it's good. The whole album is really good. The interludes, the intros, sampling of voices versus sampling of songs, the hits, the drops, the highs. Halsey is such an amazing artist. I mean, like, the song of What Last Summer with Chainsmokers would have been nothing without Halsey, proven by the fact that Chainsmokers has failed to produce a real good song since then, even if the radio tries to shove it down your throat, Paris. I started thinking, why does everyone hate Halsey? And then I thought back to when Halsey entered onto the scene, and suddenly everything started making sense for me. If you think back to high school, do you remember the kid who was like, dyed their hair a bright color, and wore dark clothes, maybe wore like some fishnet leggings to school, and they were like, I'm bi. And everyone was like, okay, attention seeker. Well, I know Halsey identified at one point as bi. I don't know how they identify now, and so I'm just gonna leave things ambiguous. There's a lot of bisexual erasure. People are just like, you're not bi, you're just attention seeking. So like, Halsey's album and her rise to fame is a constant combatant of like these things. And so all these people who are like queer people, who are like chill people, who are like supposedly fighting for social justice, like dismiss Halsey because I don't think they've really thought about it. But in doing so are actually like giving into this thing that we didn't even create, that we need to check ourselves on, like the erasure and dismissal of bisexual people. Hopefully that makes sense. Halsey's actually a good singer, and I think you should all give the album a chance. It's really good, and I think there's something for everyone. Almost every song could probably be on the radio, and honestly I think like Halsey could probably just like ride that out. Like every few months just release a new single for the radio, and they're like, yeah, we love this song. Challenge yourself to check the preconceived notions that you have about Halsey and ask yourself where that actually comes from. Not to make the Tune Takedown serious, but the Tune Takedown is always serious, and we're always acknowledging deeper things. Life imitates art, and the music industry is a problematic place, and our perception of these things is all very complex. And the Tune Takedown is here to take it down. That's not the new tagline for the show. Coming in at number 8 is Dua Lipa's new self-titled album, Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa has just been like appearing, the name has just kept appearing, and I was like, okay, well, like, I have nothing wrong with Dua Lipa. It wasn't until she released her entire album that I really was like, okay, I'm on board and I support Dua Lipa. The reason I love it is that it's all very good and a great showcase of Dua Lipa's versatile and powerful. It's a balanced but kind of grunge tone pop voice. You're gonna have your like pop ballad, you're gonna have your dance songs, you're gonna have your empowering jams, and you're also gonna have your like sad slow moments. Coming in at number 7 on our Tune Takedown countdown is Sir Sly with their new album, Don't You Worry, Honey. I feel like their journey is very similar to LANY. They came off with an EP. It's amazing. It's kind of like dark, but also inspiring maybe, but also maybe you wanna die. They just did a good job of coming out with a bunch of songs that were really good. The album closes with a song called Oh Mama. When I first listened to it, I thought that it was about singing with somebody that the singer loved, like a love interest. And then the bridge of that song comes and you're treated to yet another voicemail from a mother. And I realized the song, it's called Oh Mama. It's like, someday I'll sing with you again, oh mama. It's a voicemail from his mom, and it's like, hey, I saw you called, and if you need anything or you just wanted to say hi, I don't need anything, I just wanted to say hi, I miss you, I hope you're doing so well, and oh my god, I'm getting chills. So I was like, oh, okay, well I'm gonna really listen to this song with this new information. And his mom died, he loves her, and and it's just sad. And I hope it's true because it messed me up. Even that song is so well done. It starts really like rousing, you know, you're feeling that yearning and that anguish and pain, and then it drips into the bridge, and then you get a little more context, and then the final chorus is a little bit deeper and a little bit less produced, a little bit more acoustic, a little bit more soulful, and then the very final notes are just like sad singing and a piano. And it just really messed me up. Coming in at number 6 on our Tune Takedown countdown is Shaky Graves with his new album, which is called Shaky Graves and the Horse He Rode In On, otherwise known as Nobody's Fool and the Donor Blues EP. Very Shaky Graves of him. I've seen Shaky Graves live and it was so good. I love this whole album. There's like a couple like voice recording interludes in there, and it really drives home the vibe that I was already feeling and always feel from Shaky Graves, of like, me and my friends in college used to listen to Shaky Graves together, and we went to the concert together, and his whole vibe just makes me feel like, oh, you know, like we're just chilling at one of our camp trips, and someone's singing a song. That's how Shaky Graves feels to me. We are down to the final 5 in our countdown, but before we go there, let's talk about another musical experience that happened. Karmi, the band, is dead. K-A-R-M-I-N. They rose to fame singing rap songs on YouTube, and then they produced a couple pop albums. They had a bunch of songs on the radio. The band is done. Queen Herbie is the new thing. Queen with a V. Q-V-E-E-N. It looked better aesthetically. The woman is the only one doing the singing and rapping, and the guy is now just producing, and they're both happy and it's great. Honestly, it's kind of awkward to watch Queen Herbie. It simultaneously feels very genuine and also very fake. That being said, the music's really good. I think you should check out their EP. It obviously didn't make the countdown, but I thought you would want to know that Karmi is dead. We are down to the top 5 of the Tune Takedown countdown. Things are getting pretty tense. The competition is tight, and every single one of these albums is amazing. So if you're gonna listen to anything, I think you should prioritize these. Should we get started? Is the tension built? Do you really want to know what the top 5 of the countdown is? You want to know? Well, I guess we can do that, yeah. Coming in at number 5 is VERITE's Somewhere in Between. It was one of the albums I said I was looking forward to in the last episode of Tune Takedown, and it delivered. I love VERITE. I saw her live, and she's so good live. But I can be sane in your head. Every song is unique and different, but uniquely VERITE. If you kind of hate your life and you want to just listen to music that doesn't try to make you feel better, but also doesn't make you want to die, VERITE's album is here for you. That isn't a clock on like the quality of the songs. I think they're all amazing. That's just kind of like the vibe. Said I was your Please listen to this album. Somewhere in Between, VERITE. Number 5 on the countdown. Number 4 on our countdown goes to ALLIE X Collection 2. ALLIE X's voice is just so like pure, like it's piercing, like you feel it. You've got your highs, you've got your fun times, and you've got your sadness, and you've got your anguish. My favorite song is Casanova. It immediately stood out to me from that album, and it immediately made it to my summer playlist. Casanova, fuck me over, left me dying for your love. It's hard to explain ALLIE X. You can link to the music videos in the description below. Also, go follow my summer playlist on Spotify. Coming in at number 3 on the Tune Takedown countdown is Uhhuh by Julian Michaels. You might know her from her song, her smash hit Issues. Give 'em all to me, now give mine to you. You know what I'm talking about? This is her second single in the build-up to her upcoming album. It's so fun. It's about like her trying to handle the emotions that are coming with this guy, and it's like, Uhhuh. Whoa, you know, sometimes your phone dies and then you have to go to work, and then it's the 4th of July and there's non-stop fireworks, so you can't shoot because the audio would be terrible, and then the next day you work all day and then you go to the beach because you need to take your dog to go do something, and then you get this nice ombre sunburn, and like it's totally fine. But then your YouTube subscribers are like, what happened? We love consistency. And you're like, here's my explanation. Coming in at number 2, we have Giants by Lights, who is my #1 favorite artist, has been forever. Where do we even begin? We'll start with the single because this is a whole experience. The single itself, it's about like rising up above and like being something greater. The themes are really resonant with like the current political climate here in the US. Lights is actually Canadian. It resonates, even though the reason it resonates is something different. We'll get into that, but first, I like to sing it because it's really inspiring. The lyrics are like, we could be something bigger, and we can rise above the things that divide us, the things that keep us down, the things that stop us from living fulfilling, happy lives. So, I don't know, I just really like that. I wonder why. Lights is doing an album, comic book thing, and she wrote, illustrated, created the comic book. It's called Skin and Earth, and it's in collaboration with this album, which she also created, called Skin and Earth, and the songs are telling stories about the comic. They like go hand in hand. There are lyrics hidden throughout the comic, set in kind of like a future wasteland area, and decided to become so dependent on fossil fuels that there's a really stark class divide with like a wall and like police barricade. There's secrets, there's fantastical elements because of the very lights, but the analysis in it is so strong and I think very timely. I love it. Like, as someone who hates the fossil fuel industry, I didn't know when I decided Lights was my #1 like years ago, like 5-6 years ago, that she was gonna write this comic and like come for the fossil fuel industry. Like, I didn't know that, but I'm not mad about it. And in fact, I'm so happy. But it gets so much bigger than that because Lights also has like this a whole Instagram page that is a map of this world that she created, and in each segment is like little tags, and the tags take you to either like the locked location that hasn't come out because the issue of that comic hasn't come out yet, or it takes you to like a deeper page that goes into further detail and Easter eggs about the world. And so like you'll see the map, you'll click a region, you'll click a tag that takes you to like an area, and then you click a tag that takes you to like a home in that area, and there's like secrets and clues, and Lights will post on her main page and be like, hey, I just hid some secret, I hid a teaser for the new song coming out, go find it, and you'll have to like search the world for it. She'll give you a little hint, and it's so fun. It takes so much foresight and like vision to do a fully integrated campaign like that. I put that sort of artistic vision on a similar plane to Beyonce's Lemonade. Not that they're like similar, but that like a visual album that is a simultaneous like commentary on the state of her marriage and how men treat women, and also a commentary simultaneously on like how like the racism and misogyny in society and how those are connected. What, like obviously it's not the same as what Lights is doing, but like the vision and like the bigger picture of that is something that we don't see a lot. If my favorite artist and her integrated campaign is only #2 on the Tune Takedown countdown, you're probably like, what's #1? What's #1? COULEE's 3-song EP, COULEE, coming in at #1. Each song is a very different vibe. They're all very connected. They're very like on brand. But we've got like the chill bop that you listen to with Ride. We've got Cocky, which is like a banger. And then we've got Feelin' So, where you're just like vibing out. So many times you see drag queens release songs and they're like poorly produced like dance mixes. COULEE released this album. The drag community in Chicago is so strongly aligned with all other creative aspects of that city that like, I'm so jealous but also so happy from the stuff that it's producing. Like the drag queens are so talented. The fashion, the music, the visuals, it's all so high. That is all 15 songs from the Tune Takedown Countdown, but the fun doesn't stop here because before this episode ends, I will be giving you the top albums that you need to be watching for in the month of July, so that at the end of the month when the next Tune Takedown comes, we can talk about it. It's the future. But before we go to the future, let's talk about the past. Most slept on album of 2015, throwback album of the summer, Hilary Duff's Breathe In, Breathe Out. Let's close out with some guidance for your future. July 7th, the first Friday of July, because albums come out on Fridays now. Haim's new album, Something to Tell You. If you love yourself and want to pretend like you know music, you should at least listen to Haim so you can be like, oh yeah, I listened to that album. People will be like, wow, you're so, I need to grab my coffee. It is 11:30 at night. I'm recording this video and I'm drinking coffee because it's 11:30 at night. I work at 6 tomorrow. Haim is just really talented, and I don't think they have a sound that anyone can be like, oh, I hate Haim. Modern pop rock with like some really strong vintage influences that are very obvious when you listen to them. Also, if you want a good time, you should watch their live performances, because at least one of the Haim sisters is always making, they're sisters, it's a trio. I'm not going to do the background, Google it. At least one of the sisters is always making a face, but not just like, it was like, so good. Honestly, I take a lot of inspiration when I'm performing. I'm like, if you're not crying, if you're not making faces like Haim, are you really feeling the music as much as you need to in order to really like drive this performance home? No! Subscribe. The following Friday, July 14th, we're gonna have Miramasa's first full-length album, Miramasa. You might be like, why do I know that name? They were on the radio for a collaboration they did with Charlie XCX. I'm excited because I think they might have something interesting going on. They might have like 1 or 2 songs where I'm like, this is so good. I just really don't know what to expect from Miramasa, and also that week doesn't have a lot of new releases that are like highly anticipated. Probably because everyone was like, oh, Haim's releasing an album on July 7th. We should probably not do something on the 14th because the hype's gonna be too high. That was so dumb. July 21st, though, we've got an album that is highly anticipated. Lana Del Rey, Lust for Life. The only song I know from it is Lust for Life. It's gonna sound exactly like Lana's last couple albums, but like newer. I mean, has Lana ever been like, here's this song that's gonna blow your mind? No, she's more like, this song is here and you love it. I'm not wrong. And then closing out the month of July, on July 28th, we have Gillette Johnson's All I Ever See in You Is Me. Who is Gillette Johnson? That's a great question. Her voice is so powerful and so emotional. If you want to feel some emotions, just listen to that album. There will be some strong piano, there will be some belting notes, some soulful notes, some tears. And I think it will be highly slept on. I don't even know if Pitchfork is going to talk about it, but I did, and I will next month on the July Tune Takedown Countdown. So make sure you subscribe because we do this every month. And this is just one of the many things that I do on a semi-consistent basis because I'm trying, and I would really appreciate it if you would try too. And by try, I mean subscribe. Share this video with people who like music, or just like go find the music and then like be like, look at this song, and then they'll be like, wow, this is so good, and then you can be like, yeah, I heard about it from this new show on YouTube that I love. It's Jessie Pettybone's Tune Takedown. I'm not seeking validation, I'm seeking my life goals, and it just happens to look like validation. I don't need this though. I don't need your validation, I need your subscription. I'm gonna do this regardless. I just would like to not work at Starbucks forever. Thanks for watching. The lighting is better, the countdown I think added a great element to this video. We're gonna keep on getting better. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget that if you go like facebook.com/thejessiepettibone, you can get early access to these videos. Also, there's some pretty exciting secret project stuff coming up on facebook.com/thejessiepettibone. Some invite-only stuff. It's not an orgy. Invite your friends, your friends with benefits, or your children. This is a show for all ages. You're never too young to learn about this country's deep and problematic history and present day of racism. Why don't I have more subscribers? Thanks for watching. This is Terrace. What